Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be an update for my problem area project pan. This is a project I created for myself this year because when I did my makeup inventory at the end of last year, I had what I considered 3 problem areas, which was single eyeshadows, lipsticks, and lip glosses. The lip categories, just because I have way too many because I love lip products. It's my favorite part of makeup. And then the single eyeshadows because I have so much eyeshadow that a lot of them were going completely untouched and neglected. So I wanted to remedy that with this project, and I do this by trimester. So every 4 months I rotate one of each product, and this is the final refresh. But before I refresh my products or introduce trimester 3's products, I have to update you on the lipstick that was still in this project, and that is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipstick in the shade Golden Pear. I finished a different shade of this in my 54321 project. Sorry, I keep getting notifications. And this formula is the hardest lipstick formula I have ever panned. It is so difficult, and that will show in my progress or lack of progress. I was supposed to have finished this by now, and this is how much I still have. And that might not seem like a lot to you, but let me show you since last update how much I've moved, which is not a lot. And I measured this from the middle of the slant because the bullet's at a slant. And since last update, I've only made that much progress, and this is the bottom or the middle of the bottom slant. I don't know exactly, you know what I'm talking about. So I have more than half of the product that I started with, actually, which is really sad. I kept saying how I've always said how I love this product. I do love it so much. It's what I'm wearing now under a clear gloss. But I only use it in spring and summer because I feel like this is the perfect spring shade for me. And then in summer, I also wear a lot of orange, as you can see, because it's my favorite color. So I still wear this in summer, though it is pretty light for me in summer. This is perfect for me in spring. So I just have not been wearing this as often as I really should have because I've been wearing so many cool toned looks because of what has been in my eyeshadow projects. But and my 54321, which I just finished, those were almost all pinks and purples. So I really have not been putting as much attention into this as I should have, which is why I'm nowhere near finishing this. So what I'm going to do, similar to the first trimester when I still had a little bit of that lipstick left over, I'm going to keep working on this behind the scenes. If I make some really good progress, I will bring this up in future updates for this project. But it will no longer be, because I'm starting a new trimester with new products, this will no longer be the focus, but I definitely will still be using this because I want to finish. I need to finish it. I think what I'll start doing is I've been wearing an orange blush, like liquid blush, every time I do an orange look. Maybe now I'll just start also multitasking this as a blush as well, even though this is definitely, I never give you a swatch. This is definitely a more balmy formula, and I really don't like the on my cheeks. It's pretty similar to the Merit Flush Bombs in texture, I would say. So this is what it looks like. I don't like this formula on really anywhere on my face other than my lips. But I think that's what I'm going to have to start doing to finish this by even just the end of the year, because even though this is the only lip product that I've worn every time I've done an orange look, how many times am I doing an orange look? Not that often. Maximum a few times a week, and only in the spring and summer. So yeah, I think that's what I might start doing. I'll let you know. Sorry, my chair keeps creaking. I'll let you know in future updates. But for now, let's get into, sorry if you can hear my upstairs neighbors. Don't worry, they're not as bad as my last apartment. But yeah, let's get into the exciting part, which is rolling in my new products, my last products for this project. The first single eyeshadow is, oh my goodness, I can already hear it rattling around. It's another Super Shock, and this is the shade Aster. which is kind of just like, on me, a frosty pink shade. And if I'm correct, yeah, it's no longer attached to the pan. Almost all of my Super Shocks have done this, and this one is my newest Super Shock. I bought it this year, or maybe toward the end of last year. I can't even remember, but I haven't even used it yet, and it's already falling out of the pan, so that's very annoying. I bought this shade because, well, first of all, I love Super Shock shadows. They're one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. But also my grandma's name is pronounced differently, but her name is Aster. So yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm just a very sentimental person, and I do think that this shade would be very pretty as an inner corner highlight, especially in the summer. This would be a good, it's even kind of hard to see because it's so, it catches so much light, but for sure in the summer this could work as an inner corner highlight for me. I don't usually start losing my tan until January anyways, so I'm sure that's how I'll use it for the entire goal. Maybe I'll use it as a lid shade too. I'll probably have to, actually. I almost dropped it. But my goal for these single shadows, as always, is to wear away the imprint in the pan and hit pan, which I'm usually able to do on any given Super Shock between 5 to 15 uses. So I'm sure because this is like an untouched one, it'll take me definitely closer to the 15 use mark, but I have no problem with that. I think this is a really pretty shade, and it's so beautiful swatched out, so I'm excited to use it and pair it with a lot of the as I mentioned, cool toned eyeshadow looks that I've been doing. Also, something that I've always had every single trimester is a NYX Butter Gloss. These are my oldest glosses in my entire collection, and they're also pretty much my favorite gloss formula as well, so I do want to use them. The shade that I've picked for the end of the year is the shade Tiramisu, which is just a pink. It's like a true pink, basically. This is what it looks like. It's, in my opinion, well, no, I did have one shade that was like way too light for me, and I panned that, so that was probably my least flattering shade. But other than that, I would say this one is my least flattering shade on me. I just don't really like pink unless they're like close to purple or like very brown. I don't really like pink lips on me. I just don't think it's very flattering for my warm skin tone, and it makes my teeth look even more yellow than they already are. So I do kind of, I'm not hate panning this. I don't absolutely hate it, but I will be mixing this with things. I don't think I would wear this on its own really very often, but yeah, my goal will be to finish this, and I think I'm filming this about a week into September, and which means I have almost 4 full months to finish this, and I've been finishing these butter glosses in about 3 months on average. I do take the stoppers out, and they last for about a month after I do that usually. So yeah, I think I'll definitely be able to finish this, although this is, as I mentioned, my least favorite out of all the ones that I've been panning this year, so we'll see how this goes. But I am planning on pairing it with the lipstick that I'm rolling in for this trimester, which is a Bite Beauty lipstick, throwback. I got this in 2022 when Bite was closing down. This is the shade Ginger Malt. As far as their lipsticks, this is my absolute favorite of all of their shades. I love it so much. It's one of those kind of like soft matte, similar to Powder Kiss, but slightly more kind of like, you know, the blurred blotted formula. That's what this formula is before that was even a thing. This is what it looks like. It's a, I want to say warm berry, but that's not even really a good description. Warm burgundy, I would say, which is just maroon. It's kind of a maroon shade, but leaning more brown. That was all over the place, and I'm so sorry for how terrible I am at describing shades. But yeah, I do want to finish this by the end of this year, because when Bite Beauty closed, it was a food grade brand, meaning you could, they didn't encourage people to eat them, but basically, yeah, they were food grade. So that just always gave me the feeling that these would expire kind of at any moment. Not that any of them really have gone bad on me, but I don't want it to get to that point, especially because I love this shade and you can't get it anymore. I really miss Bite. If I could bring any brand back, it definitely would be Bite. And because this is my favorite shade out of all my Bite lipsticks, it has the most use on it. So even though it's not like halfway gone, there is a good dent in this. I'll compare it to like a basically unused one. So I have used a fair amount considering this has never been in a project. So this is what it looks like on the paper. I have to use that much product, or at least try to use that much product by the end of the year, which is a little less than 4 months. We'll just see how it goes. So basically my plan is to use only these two, well, technically also the lip gloss too, but basically only these two lipsticks for the entire rest of the year. I'm really hoping that I can finish both of them and pull off some sort of miracle. Oh, I also do have a red lipstick in my The Office Project pan, which I just forgot about until now, but that one is very nearly done, so I'm sure by the end of this month that'll be completely gone, and then I'll have 3 months to really just go crazy. And maybe once I finish the cream blush that's in my year-long project pan, I could probably also multitask this, or at least try. I've never tried it, but use this as a cream blush and do like a monochromatic look with this as my blush and lips, just like I'm planning to do with this lipstick. So yeah, I'll let you know what I end up doing in my next update, but I'm very excited to have another fresh round of products. I just did a finale for a different project this last week, so I'm feeling reinvigorated. I'm dwindling down on the products that I have left in projects, so to start with something completely new is kind of fun actually. And that's all I have for this update. Thank you so much for watching. Wish me luck, because clearly I really need it with these lipsticks. But I will see you in my next video, and until then I hope you have a great day. Bye.